never in my life did I think I will make an app. And this came really be, this came after speaking to ChatGPT about the things that I wanted to do, what my goals are, and then we came to this. Let's develop an app, and here we are, and it's been so exciting. I don't know the process because I am not a programmer, but after this, I kind of feel like I am, but not like actual doing the coding. But I'm like, I'm that girl. Am I gonna be able to see the changes that Codex made if I have not actually reached my 90-day mark? Because this change is about 90 days. If it builds it the way that we told Codex to build it, then yes, we'll only experience it when we get to day 19. So I think it's fine to experience it when you get to day 9 home. Day 90 of 100 complete, 0 days to. Oh my gosh, yeah. So many things to think about, right? Okay. So this is basically the part that we wanted Codex to actually make updates on. Codex did what I wanted it to do, which is perfect. Hi guys, welcome back to episode 2 of building my app using AI. Okay, so today I'm gonna take you through how I'm gonna build another feature on my app using AI, ChatGPT and Codex. And the feature that we're gonna do is actually one tab which is called the Journey tab. And the Journey tab is actually the main tab that you will come across when you open my app. Essentially, what it is I don't know if you guys have ever like tried to start a new routine and maybe you good with it for like 2 days, and then after 3 days it starts to either get hard or you start debating it in your mind like, oh my gosh, do I really have to? It's like going to the gym, right? So my app is to really try to be that motivator for you when you're going through the season of your life, basically when you're becoming somebody else, when you're becoming not somebody else but a better version of yourself, because at the end of the day all the changes that we're making in our lives is for us. So the journey is basically, what are you trying to become? All right. And then from there, you can select your routines, and then my app will basically remind you every day. And the other thing is, we also have certain days that I personally have marked as very, very challenging days. And I would say day 3 is usually my challenging day, because if you think about it, day 1, when you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym, you have momentum. You're like, yeah, I can do it. And you go, day 2, yeah, let's do it. Momentum. Day 3, maybe it starts raining, maybe, so those are days when you need somebody to remind you of who you actually are, and just keep motivating you, keep reminding you of the promise that you made to yourself, right? So the tab has already been set, but now we're adding certain features, and I'm going to show you what features we're adding, what myself and ChatGPT have told Codex to do, and what Codex, well, what the app looks like before Codex updates and after. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. As already stated, this is my beautiful app. This is what we're currently working on. Right now, I'm showing you the desktop version, but there is a mobile app version, which is the one that I actually use to test if the app is working as intended. So as you can see, we've been building this slowly but surely. So the tab that we're going to do today is actually the Journey tab. So, I mean, the journey is basically a summary of what you're doing. So, the active season would be, well, how long you need to do this specific journey for. And the main thing is it's 90 days. I read on, I don't know if you guys have read the book, The 5 a.m. Club, Robin Schumer, I think. So, he says that the thing with routines is you need to do it for 90 days to actually for it to actually be part of who you are, before then you kind of still in and out, and it can fall off. So this is just to say, okay, let us commit to those 90 days. So the journey detail, this is where you actually set up your journey, but this is the one that I've currently set up. What happens is when you obviously download the app, it will ask you to set up your journey, and then you can say what the journey is. For me, it's like morning routine. I wake up pretty early, 3:45 a.m., and I'm like, after traveling, I always struggle to get back into that. So I'm like, oh, I need to keep myself accountable. So this is how it currently looks. So you basically set up your journey, your start date, and everything, and then you can. I mean, if you want to make some changes, you can make some changes, and then save the changes. But after you do that, you then will add the kind of routines that you want. These are, because I'm testing this out, these are like small little things that I'm testing it out on. Meditate, wake up, you can edit them, or do whatever. You can add more routines. It's up to you. So today, what we wanted to do, because we've kind of set the basics on the app right now, and what we wanted to do is, I was speaking to ChatGPT about the idea of, well, when somebody actually finishes this journey that they've been on, what exactly do we want the app to actually say, and so I'll show you guys. So I have a project with ChatGPT where I discuss all my thoughts. I don't have any prompts. What I do is I just tell ChatGPT what I'm thinking, and then ChatGPT will basically help me put it in words that make sense. And then most times ChatGPT also helps me to see beyond what I currently know. So never in my life did I think I will make an app, and this came after speaking to ChatGPT about the things that I wanted to do, what my goals are, and then we came to this. Let's develop an app, and here we are, and it's been so exciting. I don't know the process because I am not a programmer, but after this, I kind of feel like I am, but not like actual doing the coding. But I'm like, I'm that girl. I'm that girl. So anyway, I was speaking to ChatGPT about, hey, what should we do? What should we actually add to this section? And these are the answers that ChatGPT says. Like, okay, when the 90 days finish, we need to mark the journey as completed. There needs to be an option to archive it, and we need to prevent for somebody to actually add more, because this is like a 90-day type of challenge to self. So you don't need to go beyond 90 days. Actually, you need to, but beyond 90 days, this will just be who you are. You don't need reminders or anything, unless you're trying to get back into it, which is what I usually struggle with, because I have days of, okay, maybe I'm traveling. When I come back from traveling, I really do need to get back into my routines, and sometimes it take me some time. It can take me even a month to actually get into my routines. So when I do get into my routines, I love to have something that will keep me accountable. And then, okay, the other thing that ChatGPT suggested was a completion screen. Basically, have a screen that will show, oh, this is what you completed. You've done your 90-day, and basically some of the insights. Overall completion, the number of days that you completed, the number of days where you didn't actually finish everything, so you can actually see your highlights and the reflection. Currently, we do have reflections every day when you set up the app. So basically, we go to the app, we have a section here for reflections, right? This is the summary. But when you're updating your routines every day, so for example, this is today's routine. So when you update it, you can say, okay, I meditated. Great. And then the progress bar will actually update. And then you say, what do you want to remember about today? Like, was it difficult? Was it challenging? Oh, you don't have to say anything. But if you put anything, like for example, I shared with YouTube viewers, you can say that. So that is day 9. So then if you go to reflections, day 9 is there. I shared with YouTube viewers. So essentially we wanted to archive those sections as well, the reflections, and then we want to also have a section where somebody can be like, okay, I finished the journey. So, do you want to also start another journey or just return to archive? Or whatever it is that you want to do. But I feel like, as you grow, you have seasons of things that you want to try out, and this would be a really great companion for you to stay accountable. Yeah, and these are all the things that ChatGPT suggested. And when after ChatGPT suggests all this, I'm like, okay, let's tell Codex to actually make all these updates. Okay. And then we will tell Codex, this is my Codex screen. We'll tell Codex to make the updates, and Codex will be like, okay, I'm going to implement it. So Codex has basically implemented the journey completion experience, and it will give you a detail of what it has completed, all those things, fun stuff. And then it told me what I need to do. So I need to actually go run Supabase before I see how this looks, and then PowerShell. Okay. So what we want to then do is we are gonna we are actually going to go to Supabase. But before I go to Supabase, I would like to remind you guys, because this is this is basically the tab that we are updating, but also we did say we wanted to have a completion tab here as well. So this might also change, but let's see how it's going to change. So for now, we are going to go to Supabase and run the SQL. Okay, so we're gonna go to SQL editor. Other thing is, I didn't know anything about Supabase. These are things that Codex has been teaching me. So the thing about this is it's been so fulfilling, um, that I've been learning things. So if you enjoy learning and going through the process, then these are the type of things that you can do, and you will be exposed to so many things that you didn't even know existed. Okay, so essentially, I just opened a new query. I copied the SQL that Codex said I should copy, and then I'm gonna paste it here, and then I'm gonna run it. So after running it, we want the results here to say success, and that's when we know Supabase has actually updated everything. And what I want to name this SQL is this, the journey completion experience. So go to here, rename query, rename, just so I keep track of what I've been updating, because it's a lot. I mean, can you imagine building an app? I don't know how long this is going to take me. I'm just going with the flow. So, okay, so that is done. The SQL has been done. So now we're going to push this on PowerShell so that it actually updates our our app. So what I'm going to do is I need to now push it to PowerShell. So I need to go to my folder. So that's the folder. I'm gonna say PowerShell. And the good thing is, guys, as you saw, Codex already gave us what things I need to be running on PowerShell. So what I do is I copy all of that. We're saying add journey completion experience. Copy, I paste it, I run it. It's showing that 6 files have been changed, which is great. Those are the changes that Codex did, and I'm gonna push it so that our app updates. Enter, and then it's running. Okay, so writing object, and yeah, it's saying done, done, done. So it's actually pushed it into GitHub. GitHub is what I've been using. So now what we do is those are the updates that Codex did. So now I'm gonna go into Vessel, which is where my which is where the app is. So remember, this is how it looks. And I'm gonna close this one because this has now been updated. So we're gonna close it. Then we're gonna go to deployments, and we are gonna go to that. It has been updated, and now I'm just gonna open it. Okay, and then we're gonna do a hard refresh. I just refreshed the website, and then we're gonna see. So we didn't update the home page, so that's still fine. What we wanna check is the journey. So we wanna basically see what exactly did Codex do. I'm gonna do a refresh again. Okay, so this is active season. That's still okay. Journey details, routines, nothing changed there. Reminders, history. Here's the thing, right? Like, I feel like we need to go back to Codex and understand the changes that Codex made, because the thing is, right, am I going to be able to see the changes that Codex made if I have not actually reached my 90-day mark? Because this change is about 90-day mark, but as you guys saw, I'm only on day 9. So that is the main question. So first of all, we're going to see what Codex changed, because Codex actually says what it did. Day 90 now shows the active journey is marked as archive, so it's telling us what it did, and it added actions like start new journey. But now I'm like, well, am I going to be able to see that now in day 9, or will that only pop up in day 90? I don't know. I just don't know. So let's ask Codex. Okay. Hi, Codex. Will I be able to see the changes only when I get to day 90, or when or whenever? Okay, let's see what Codex say. I actually never thought about it like that. So Codex is thinking. Let's see what it says. The other thing, guys, is as you can see, the prompt. I'm not using prompts. I'm just asking AI like a normal person. Okay, so you don't need a whole bunch of prompts to be doing all of this. Yeah, and okay, I don't know why Codex is taking so long to think, but it is. So let's wait it out. But yeah, so sometimes when you're building something, you have an idea, but then when it actually is supposed to be, like when you're supposed to see it and actually build it out, it doesn't come as you intended it to come. So so now, like, I'm thinking about, I'm like, wait, are we only going to be able to see this change when we get to day 90? So when I test it, I might need to backtrack my testing so that I can get to day 90 faster, if that is how Codex build it, which actually makes sense if you think about it. But I didn't think about this when me and ChatGPT were discussing it. But let's see what Codex says. I don't know why it's taking so long to think. But yeah, while it thinks, I want to refresh this because sometimes I find that the the changes might not show because we haven't actually refreshed properly. So yeah, anyway, let's see what Codex says. I don't know why Codex is taking so long. But you know what? What we can also do because I don't know why Codex is taking so long, is we can actually ask ChatGPT, right? Um, uh, because I don't know if ChatGPT also thought about it, but we can ask it and see what ChatGPT says. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Look at that. It's saying there's something I'll tell coders to think about before it even starts building. Oh, because you see what it is? If it builds, it literally has. If it builds it the way that we told Codex to build it, then yes, we'll only experience it when we get to day 19. So I think it's fine to experience it when you get to day 90, but but then now it's that idea of, okay, I obviously cannot show you guys firstly, uh, but I could also set up my, you know what we can do right now? We can maybe set up the journey and see what happens. We can set up the journey to maybe go uh, July, June, May. To maybe go to May of 23rd, so that we can test this actually. Save journey changes and see what happens. Oh no, today is the 23rd. So, May, beginning of May. So, May, June, July. So, actually, we need to say beginning of May. Save journey changes. And then refresh. Huh. So maybe we need to say, because it's only end of the year, April 30th, save journey changes. And then I'm gonna refresh. Ah, see. Okay, wait. Go home. Day 90 of 100 complete, 0 days to go. So that is. Okay, let's make sure that we test. So save. So actually, this is day 90. So finished day 90. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So many things to think about, right? Okay. So this is basically the part that we wanted Codex to actually make updates on. Like basically have this type of screen when you finish the journey. So it says the journey is complete. This chapter is complete. For 90 days, you kept returning to yourself. Self love, guys. Self love is important. And then it gives you a brief of when you started, the number of days that you completed. Completed, invalid. It says invalidate. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because we just made all these changes, right? And then it gives you reflections written, how many routines you completed. Okay, this is good. And then it gives you an option to start a new journey or view journey history. So technically, if you think about it, actually Codex did what I wanted it to do, which is perfect. So we now know that at the end of the 90 days, this is the screen that a person will get. Now, the question is, do we want the screen to be a little bit more, I don't know, pretty? you know? I don't know. I don't know. That's something for me to think about. But yeah, so Codex actually did build it the way that we intended. The question now becomes, do we actually now um, do we want to make it a little bit nicer, so and that's kind of what I'm working on. But yeah, well, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. figuring things out as we go. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, or if you are also going through your own journey and yeah, you have questions. Bye.